Hi everyone and welcome to DIY with Nadia. Today I'm making some super cute ornaments and they are all from the Dollar Tree. Stay tuned. For today's ornaments, I will be using these little birdhouses, and they come like this disassembled from the Dollar Tree, and they come in the toy area of Dollar Tree. They come with a little wood glue, also with a little hook. I can't probably see it, with a little hook, and a bunch of these plaques. Now this one has these plaques because of the size, and then here these are a little different. That's the little birdhouse to build here. So there's different sizes here. And we are going to be using these planks today to make some ornaments. Let's get started. To start on this ornament, I'm going to grab this 2x3-inch plank and I'm going to give it 2 coats of white chalk paint. Using my brush that still had the white paint on it, I'm just mixing in the gray a little bit, and I'm just going to go around the edges and just throughout the plank really lightly. I just wanted to have just a little depth but not really stand out too much. For the truck, I'm using this truck from the Dollar Tree, but well, I did not want it to look like it's from the Dollar Tree, so I thought I would give it a little bit of a facelift. The first thing I did was I removed the metal wire, and as I was doing that, the little Christmas tree fell off too because, well, it wasn't held on so tightly. Then I grabbed some sandpaper that I had on hand, and I wanted to sand down the sparkles that are above the tires to get my truck prepped for painting. To paint the truck, I'm using Prima Marketing paint that is a metallic red. It's called Royal Red, but really you can use any red paint that you have on hand. You just want to liven up that plasticky red that the truck comes in. Now grabbing some black chalk paint, I'm going to paint the tires, and to make the inside of the tires, I'm just grabbing a little Q-tip so I can make a perfect little circle on the inside of the tires with some white paint. Now being very careful, I'm grabbing some scissors and I'm going to cut one of the sides of the Christmas tree a little bit flat because we do need to hot glue this tree onto the Christmas tree, and well, we need the flat space to do it. I also felt that the stump of the Christmas tree was just a little bit too long, so I grabbed some wire cutters and I cut it to size. Now to bring everything together, I'm hot gluing the little truck onto my little ornament board, and then on top of that, I'm hot gluing the Christmas tree. To hang my ornament, I'm just grabbing some jute cord and hot gluing it to the back of my ornament. For this ornament, I'm grabbing some of this buffalo check ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to Mod Podge it straight onto one of the planks. For my ribbon to adhere to the plank really well, I gave my plank a nice layer of Mod Podge. Then I put the ribbon on top of the plank, and then I really saturated with the Mod Podge and set it aside to dry for about 2 hours. When the ribbon was nice and dry, I just grabbed some scissors and cut off all the excess around my plank. Now to decorate this cute little ornament, I'm grabbing some white grosgrain ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to do a little band on top. Next, I'm grabbing some jute cord. I'm going to wrap it around my grosgrain ribbon 3 times and then make a knot in the middle. Now I'm going to grab this felt snowflake sticker from the Dollar Tree, and because I don't think the sticky part is going to hold too well, I am just dabbing a little bit of hot glue so it will stay well on my ornament, and I'm centering it at the bottom part of the ornament. On top of my jute cord knot, I'm just grabbing a white pom-pom, and this is also from the Dollar Tree, and I did decide to go for the medium size one. and I'm just going to hot glue it to the center right there. And to hang the ornament, I'm just adding some jute cord to the back of the ornament. This video is part of Christmas ornament DIY collab that is being hosted by my friend Sonia from Domestic Diva DIY. I will link her channel down below along with the playlist where you can find all these amazing creators and see what they made for their ornaments. To get started on this ornament, I'm grabbing some Dollar Tree burlap ribbon and I'm going to Mod Podge it onto this little plank. I first put a thin layer of Mod Podge onto the plank, and then I heavily saturated the top with Mod Podge and put it aside for about 2 hours to dry. After my plank dried, I just cut off the excess ribbon from the sides of the ornament. I'm just grabbing my baker's twine and I'm going to knot it to 3 of the little bells, and I'm going to leave a tail of 3 inches before cutting off the little bells. I wanted the bells to be at different heights, so I just laid them out the way I wanted them and then knotted all 3 together at the top. And now I'm grabbing a piece of wired garland, and because it was kind of too fluffy for the tiny ornament, I did give it a little haircut so it's not as poofy. And then at the top center, I hot glued the bells, and on top the 2 pieces of the wired garland. To make the mini bow, I will be using a fork. I'm grabbing the beginning of my little twine and holding it with my thumb. Then I'm going to do a few twists around the fork and then bring it down on the opposite side of the bottom of the fork. Now I'm grabbing another piece of twine and I'm feeding it through that middle part of the fork, and then I'm just tying it in the middle, bringing the bow together, and it is so cute and tiny and fits just perfect in the middle of that greenery on my ornament. Now for the loop to hang the ornament, I'm just using some jute cord and I'm hot gluing it to the back of the ornament. To start out this ornament, I'm going to grab my little plank and give it 2 coats of white chalk paint. Grabbing a little piece of floral wire, I'm going to make it into a kind of like a needle so I can push it through the ribbon that I'm going to be using. And I just fold it in half, as you can see here, and I'm just gonna basically feed it through the ribbon. Both the ribbon and the twine are from the Dollar Tree. Now I'm just hot gluing the ribbon to the top portion of my ornament horizontally, and using a little bit more of that hot glue, I'm going to secure it in the back. For the embellishment, I'm going to use a little bit of this wired garland and give it a little bit of a haircut so it's smaller. And then I'm going to hot glue 2 of those little pieces to the side of the ornament, and on top of the greenery I'm going to put 3 mini jingle bells that are also from the Dollar Tree. Now grabbing some Dollar Tree green lettering, I'm going to spell out jingle. To start this ornament off, I'm going to give the little plank that I chose 2 coats of white chalk paint. Now grabbing a really thin brush and some black chalk paint, I'm going to make a little border on my little ornament. Then I'm going to let it dry and sand it down so it's a little softer and not as bright black. So it's a little softer than the bright black color. Grabbing the mini buffalo check, I'm just hot gluing it to the top of the ornament, and I'm also attaching the jute cord to the back and hiding it behind the ribbon. I got this beautiful bundle of berries from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut off a little section that I felt fit the most, and I'm going to hot glue it right on top of the buffalo check ribbon. Now I'm spelling out the word hope in black letters that I got from the Dollar Tree. And a quick fun fact, the word Nadia means hope in English. Grabbing another piece of the mini buffalo check ribbon, I'm going to make a little bow, and I'm going to just tie it together with some white twine and then attach it straight onto the jute cord that I will be hanging my ornament with. Spending some time with me. Let me know down below which ornament was your favorite. I had so much fun in this video, and I am so humbled that you stopped by and spent some time with me. I truly appreciate it. And if you are new to this channel and love Dollar Tree DIYs and hauls and all kinds of stuff, just subscribe, click the bell, and hit the thumbs up. I love you guys, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!